Britain in the 1960s was a country full of confidence and ambition. New motorways stretched across the landscape, cities continued to grow, and British engineering was still respected around the world. Families were buying more cars than ever before, and manufacturers were eager to meet that demand. The decade produced some truly memorable vehicles. Elegant saloons, stylish sports cars, and luxurious executive models became familiar sights on British roads. Many of them looked modern, sophisticated, and full of promise. But not every car lived up to expectations. Some arrived with exciting designs and impressive specifications, only to spend far too much time sitting in garages waiting for repairs. Mechanical failures, electrical problems, and questionable engineering decisions turned many promising cars into frustrating ownership experiences. Today, we're counting down 10 British cars from the 1960s that spent more time in garages than on roads. Let's begin. Number 10. Austin 1800. Introduced in 1964 by Austin, the Austin 1800 was designed to represent the future of family motoring. The car featured front-wheel drive, modern styling, and a spacious cabin that impressed many buyers. Under the bonnet sat a 1.8-liter engine that provided reasonable performance for the time. Families liked the generous interior space and comfortable ride quality. The Austin 1800 even won European Car of the Year in 1965. Unfortunately, reliability concerns soon appeared. Owners frequently reported gearbox issues, suspension problems, and various mechanical faults. Servicing costs often became higher than expected. Many families admired the car's practicality but grew tired of repeated visits to the local garage. The Austin 1800 had plenty of potential, but too many owners found themselves dealing with repairs instead of enjoying the drive. Number 9. Hillman Minx Series 6. The Hillman Minx had been a familiar name in Britain for years. The Series 6 version arrived during the early 1960s and continued the model's reputation as a practical family car. Powered by a reliable-looking four-cylinder engine, the Minx offered straightforward transportation. Families appreciated its comfortable seating and sensible design. It looked respectable and suited everyday life perfectly. Yet many owners soon discovered that reliability could be inconsistent. Electrical faults became a common complaint. Various components often required attention sooner than expected. Rust protection was also far from ideal. Although the Minx sold reasonably well, many buyers eventually became frustrated with constant maintenance. What seemed like dependable family transport often became a regular visitor to repair shops. Number 8. Wolseley 1660ths. Introduced in 1961, the Wolseley 1660ths offered a touch of luxury for middle-class British families. Built by the British Motor Corporation, the car featured elegant styling, chrome detailing, and a comfortable interior. Under the bonnet sat a 1.6-liter engine designed to provide smooth motoring. Families liked the refined appearance and respectable ride quality. The Wolseley carried an air of prestige without the cost of a true luxury car. However, ownership wasn't always smooth. Mechanical reliability could be disappointing. Electrical systems occasionally caused headaches. Suspension components also required frequent attention. Many owners enjoyed the comfort and appearance but became tired of unexpected repair bills. The Wolseley looked more reliable than it often proved to be. Number 7. Triumph Herald. The Triumph Herald arrived in the late 1950s but became extremely popular throughout the 1960s. Designed by Giovanni Michelotti, it was one of Britain's most attractive small cars. The Herald featured distinctive styling and simple engineering. Buyers appreciated its compact size, excellent visibility, and affordable running costs. The car quickly became a favorite among families and first-time drivers. Unfortunately, reliability wasn't always one of its strengths. Suspension issues occasionally affected handling. Electrical problems became common on older examples. Engine troubles also appeared more frequently than owners expected. The Herald remained charming and enjoyable, but many families discovered that keeping one running smoothly required patience. Its popularity couldn't completely hide its mechanical weaknesses. Number 6. Vanden Plas Princess 4-liter R. The Vanden Plas Princess 4-liter R was introduced in 1964. This luxurious saloon was aimed at buyers who wanted prestige and comfort. The interior featured wood trim, leather seats, and impressive craftsmanship. Power came from a Rolls-Royce-derived 6-cylinder engine. Families who could afford one loved the smooth ride and refined atmosphere. The car felt expensive because it was expensive. Unfortunately, reliability concerns quickly damaged its reputation. The complex engine often required specialist attention. Repair costs could become significant. Mechanical issues frequently left owners frustrated. For a luxury car, dependability simply wasn't good enough. Many buyers found themselves spending more time arranging repairs and enjoying their investment. Number 5. Rover P6. When Rover introduced the P6 in 1963, it was considered revolutionary. The futuristic design immediately attracted attention. Advanced engineering helped the car stand out from competitors. The P6 offered strong performance, impressive comfort, and excellent road manners. Many families saw it as one of the most modern British cars available. The car quickly developed a loyal following. Yet reliability issues occasionally overshadowed its achievements. Complicated mechanical systems sometimes proved difficult to maintain. Electrical faults could frustrate owners. Repairs often required specialist knowledge. Despite these problems, many drivers remained loyal because the car offered such an enjoyable driving experience. The Rover P6 were brilliant when everything worked. Unfortunately, everything didn't always work. Number 4. Milligram 1100. The Milligram 1100 appeared during the 1960s as a sporty version of the successful BMC 1100 range. The car combined practical family motoring with a slightly more exciting personality. Its compact dimensions suited British roads perfectly. Families liked the comfortable interior and efficient engine. The Milligram badge also added a touch of sporting appeal. Sales remained healthy throughout much of the decade. However, reliability issues often disappointed owners. Hydroelastic suspension components sometimes created expensive problems. Electrical faults appeared regularly. Build quality could vary significantly. Many buyers enjoyed driving the Milligram 1100, but grew tired of constant repairs. The car had charm, yet it demanded more attention than many families expected. Number 3. Jaguar S-Type. Jaguar introduced the S-Type in 1963. The company hoped to combine luxury, performance, and refinement into one attractive package. Powered by 6-cylinder engines, the car offered impressive speed and comfort. The elegant styling helped it stand out from rivals. Families with larger budgets appreciated the prestige associated with owning a Jaguar. The car felt sophisticated and capable. Unfortunately, reliability became a major concern. Electrical systems frequently caused trouble. Mechanical repairs could become expensive. Maintenance requirements were often higher than expected. Owners loved the driving experience, but sometimes dreaded opening their repair bills. The Jaguar S-Type delivered luxury and performance, but dependability often lagged behind. Number 2. Sunbeam Alpine. The Sunbeam Alpine became one of Britain's best-known sports cars during the 1960s. Its sleek styling and open-top design attracted buyers looking for affordable excitement. Built by Roots Group, the Alpine featured 4-cylinder engines and enjoyable handling. Families liked the sporty image and accessible price. Many drivers dreamed of weekend journeys through the countryside. The car certainly looked the part. Sadly, reliability issues frequently spoiled the experience. Electrical systems proved troublesome. Cooling problems appeared regularly. Build quality concerns also affected long-term ownership. The Alpine remained popular because of its charm and appearance. Yet many owners spent frustrating hours waiting for repairs. A sports car should spend its time on winding roads, not parked inside workshops. And that brings us to number 1. Number 1. Triumph Stag. Although introduced right at the end of the decade in 1970, development began during the 1960s, and its reputation became one of the most famous examples of British automotive frustration. The Triumph Stag looked magnificent. Designed as a grand touring car, it featured elegant styling and luxurious appointments. The V8 engine promised impressive performance. Families and professionals alike were attracted by its sophisticated appearance. On paper, it had everything needed for success. Unfortunately, reality proved very different. Engine reliability quickly became a serious problem. Cooling issues caused endless headaches. Mechanical failures became common. Owners often found themselves returning to dealerships again and again. Many buyers entered ownership with excitement and optimism. Some left with disappointment and frustration. The Stag remains one of the most beautiful British cars ever built. Yet it also became one of the most notorious examples of a car spending more time being repaired than being driven. Looking back today, these cars tell an important story about Britain's motor industry during the 1960s. Many of them introduced innovative ideas. Some offered luxury that rivaled far more expensive competitors. Others featured advanced engineering that was ahead of its time. Their designers and engineers often had ambitious goals. Unfortunately, reliability didn't always keep pace with innovation. Mechanical weaknesses, electrical faults, and inconsistent build quality turned promising vehicles into frustrating ownership experiences. Yet these cars remain fascinating today. Collectors continue restoring them. Enthusiasts proudly display them at classic car events. Their flaws have become part of their history. In many ways, that history makes them even more interesting. They remind us that building a great car requires more than beautiful styling or impressive specifications. Dependability matters too. Some of these vehicles may have spent more time in garages and on roads, but they still helped shape one of the most memorable decades in British motoring history. And despite all their problems, they remain unforgettable classics that continue to capture the imagination of car enthusiasts around the world.